It's the Sports Pregame Show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And coming right up, we'll see this home squad playing against the Washington Wizards.
And now, your Milwaukee team's starting lineup. Starting at center, standing 7'2", number 11, Thiago Splitter. At the power forward position, standing 7'2", number 6, Alex Now! The other forward, standing 7'2", number 3, Baker! At shooting guard, standing 7'2", number 25, Klay Thompson. At the other guard position, standing 7'2", number 12, Milos Teodosic. The head coach of
It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. We're glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. Well, for the Wizards, they come into tonight's game after the loss to Orlando. And that does your confidence guys no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, it's just hard to make up when you have an inability to make free throws consistently, and that's why they ended up losing.
Yes, sir. I think some doubt started to creep in when they kept missing those foul shots. I mean, you could see them start to shy away from wanting to even go to the line.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So on the floor for Washington, Nene and Gortat team up in the paint. Gary Neal is out there with Austin Rivers, and it's Dudley in at the small forward. And Nene, a guy with an incredibly strong start to his career in Denver, the first Brazilian to ever be selected in the first round, voted, as you may recall, to the NBA All-Rookie team.
Yeah, it came into the league just a tremendously raw talent, really developed faster than a lot of people expected, but what has been the case for him is the injury bug. I mean, the knee, the foot, shoulder, Achilles, you name it, he's had it, and it's hindered his career somewhat.
And cancer. He's beaten cancer.
That's a very good point.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Rivers passes to Neal. No good with the triple. Three-pointer, off to a good start. Guard as he hits his first shot attempt.
What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup.
Rivers kicks to Gortat, out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
Milwaukee ball.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Milwaukee's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Thompson with the bucket.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thank you, Kevin. Randy Whitman and I spoke just briefly. A big factor in this game, he said, is how well they do to contain the young shooter Klay Thompson, saying, Thompson can really give you trouble coming off screens. We got to have all-out energy fighting to stay on his hip, and then we need to pressure on the ball handler to try and delay the pass. Kevin, both jobs are hard.
Thank you, Doris.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Here's Neal. Will it go? The shot by Nene. No good. For Milwaukee, they've gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
Great outside shooting fueling this run.
And the D is getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down the least bit.
And it's out of bounds to the Wizards as Washington retains possession. Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession.
Milwaukee ball.
Let's take a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who are the best shooters from behind the arc last season. Kyle Korver on top, 4th, Klay Thompson.
Well, both of these guys had what I call in-the-gym range, or you could refer to them as snipers, just deadly from behind the three-point line. They line it up and knock him down.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we've got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Wizards trail by 12. Thompson comes with a double team. Here's Neal, and it comes off the front of the rim. So for Milwaukee, their last game, a win against New York.
And I believe what that game came down to was their ability to really knock down those triples.
Yeah, I thought the work they did on the perimeter was excellent. It was just too much for that defense, or really any defense for that matter, to handle. And guys, one thing that was obvious to me, last year the Wizards really matured as a team. I mean, they played as if they expected to win instead of a group kind of coming into their own. I thought they just showed a lot more composure and maturity on the court.
Thompson from long range. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7. Wizards trail by 16. Thompson comes with a double team. As you said, the Wizards did look more mature last year on the floor with their play. They made sure to add veterans to achieve that.
And not just any veteran, but a future Hall of Famer in Paul Pierce. I mean, his presence on the team, I think, really is what propelled them to achieve new heights. And it also went beyond just Paul Pierce. That roster had a combined 490 playoff games. And that playoff veteran leadership, I felt, really helped this young core to grow. How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And, guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense, too.
Now here's Rivers.
Timeout is charged to Washington.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Milwaukee team.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
Yeah, and very tough to beat when they're playing up to their capabilities. That's why they're one of the top teams in the league.
And Washington making a change here. Sessions is checked in. 6 on the shot clock. Dudley dishes to Neal. Looking to end the drought. Kept alive by Washington. Gortat, the pass to Nene. Off with the layup.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
That is good.
Just outstanding. I mean, basket after basket, perfection.
unconscious from the field, guys. The fans are definitely getting their money's worth.
Now here's Sessions. He's coming off a 13-point game against Orlando.
And a look here at the Wizards, how they ranked in the NBA last season. Second in opponent field goal percentage, sixth in assists, and they were a top 10 team in field goal shooting. Pretty impressive.
And you mentioned their ranking in terms of opponent field goal percentage. Such an important stat. They did not give up the easy looks. You really had to work for whatever you got.
And so it's Washington with it after the basket by Milwaukee. Here's Temple. It's blocked. Thompson inside the line, and another basket for Milwaukee.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Stolen by Thompson. Shoots it up, and it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Here's Temple. Shot clock at 6. And stolen by Splitter. Fast break, Milwaukee. Thompson with the ball. And another three for Milwaukee.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out. And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder, how much can they win by?
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it. You can see it, in part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
That's good on the jump shot. Thompson's got 36.
Yeah, just continued sloppiness with the basketball. They are shooting themselves in the foot.
It's hard enough to win in this league without careless mistakes. As a matter of fact, you can't win if you have too many careless mistakes.
Oubre's checked in for Washington. Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession.
Let's look at the stats for Klay Thompson. Good season for him last year. Averaged 21 points a game, 3 assists and 3 rebounds. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, Sid, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Dewan Blair, he's checked in for Washington.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
And Bell kicks to Splitter. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And that one's good. He's got 6.
Back-to-back threes for him. The defense is slacking off a little.
You've got to respect that 3, or you'll give up points in a hurry.
Now, here is Humphries. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Magic in Orlando.
Yeah, but he set up shop at the free throw line. I mean, he just could not be defended out on the floor.
Milwaukee, another fast break opportunity here. And Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by Bell. 41 points for Klay Thompson.
Yeah, again, just a lackluster transition defense.
And 7 of the last 10 points, Greg, they've surrendered, have come off the fast break. So real easy to see what the problem is.
Here's Temple, stolen by Thompson. Fast break, Milwaukee. Pull-up jumper. And another basket for Milwaukee.
That's now 7 straight for them coming from fast breaks.
Yeah, and they're making it look easy, guys.